I'm Jared Poirier, my business is Galaxy Design Graphics, and my job is helping you grow your business. And this is the third video in my series of how-to videos that I've created to give you guys a little bit of actionable advice that you can implement right now to achieve your business goals. So today we're going to cover 5 tips to increase your productivity on social media. And this is a subject that I've been thinking about a lot lately. A lot of my entrepreneurial friends have this problem because social media, really from my perspective, is a business tool. But it's very easy to get carried away when we're using social media, and we end up wasting a lot of time. So in this video, we're going to go over 5 tips to increase your productivity on social media and really utilize those platforms as the business tool that they are, rather than wasting a lot of time. Okay, so my first tip is to turn off notifications. And this might seem counterintuitive at first because you might think that you want those notifications to let you know when your audience is interacting with your accounts. But trust me guys, you are going to be checking your social media enough. I find notifications on social media very distracting. They'll very often take your mind off of the thing that you're meant to be focused on in the moment. And ever since I went through Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of that, and turned off my notifications, I actually find that when I do open those apps, I end up using them in a much more productive way. So go ahead and turn off those notifications and you'll thank me later. My second tip is to create a schedule. So I have a strict schedule of when I post on social media. I set aside a half an hour every day to prepare a post and put it up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I find that scheduling that time ensures that I'm going to use those platforms efficiently, and this type of planning also ensures that I'm putting out the type of content that I want my audience to see. So make sure that you create a schedule for posting on social media. If you want to be posting daily, then make sure that you have a little bit of time set aside each and every day. Okay, so my third bit of advice is to set goals. So when I set goals for my social media accounts, I actually find that I use my time on social media a lot more efficiently. So for instance, a recent goal of mine was to get my business Instagram account up to 400 followers. So for the last few weeks, all of my efforts on Instagram have been directed towards that goal. And now that I've hit that number, I can set a new goal. So now I want to get to 500 followers. So every time that I go on Instagram, I'm thinking about that goal, and I'm not just scrolling through my feed randomly, wasting time. Okay, so my fourth bit of advice is to evaluate. So you guys might not know this, but all of these social media platforms actually have a lot of analytics. This is particularly true with things like Facebook and YouTube. When you post content on these platforms, it's important that you go through the stats and evaluate how those posts are performing. So here's an example. I post content across a lot of different platforms, and recently I've been going through the data, and I actually found that I've had a lot of success directing traffic towards my website using Instagram. And if I never would have looked at the analytics, I really would have had no idea, and now I know that my efforts should be more concentrated towards that platform over others, and I know which type of content is working and which type of content needs improvement. So if you want to save time on social media, if you want to make sure that the time that you're investing into these platforms is actually worthwhile, it's important to be going through the analytics and really evaluating your activity on these platforms. Okay, my fifth bit of advice here is to prepare posts in advance. Again, the goal with a lot of social media platforms is to be able to post every day. And if you don't have the time every day to be preparing social media posts, it's important that you prepare some posts in advance. So what I try to do when I'm creating content for social media, I like to create bulk content. So instead of designing one post, I'll actually design like 10 posts, and then I'll have content for the next week and a half. With a lot of these social media platforms, success is all about keeping up with the algorithm, and we have to make sure that we're developing systems that will allow us to make the best use of our time. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys found some of these tips helpful, and let me know down in the comments what tips and tricks you have found very helpful for social media. And it was a lot of fun making this video for you guys, but I've got to go now because I've got a bit of work to do building an awesome graphic design business in Toronto.